No skateboarding without your helmet.
I'm telling you, I'm running late right now. The wife wants me to move the shower.
Emily? Emily? Stop!
No, she doesn't have to prove the plan. She doesn't even care about the money. This lady's a freaking nightmare.
Emily!
Oh, baby. I'm sorry, Mom. It's okay, baby. Everything's okay.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh. Maybe not.
Claire, are you okay?
It's fine. Everything's fine. Though I might have to bring Emily a little later.
No, Mommy, I want to go now.
Are you sure? I can take you.
No, I want to go to school. Come on, Emily.
We should get you inside.
Yeah.
I should probably call your client. Let them know what happened.
If their contractor crashed on his way out of the gates, probably not the best idea.
Well, that's anyone else I can notify? Wife? Girlfriend?
Neither, actually. In fact, this may be the closest I've been to a woman all year.
Well, I'm sure it's just a matter of time.
I hope so. I don't know how much longer I can wait.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to wait a little bit longer because I am married.
Well, the good ones are always taken.
It's funny. I didn't think you were the type to give up so easily.
What about your husband?
He's out of town.
For how long?
Long enough. I kind of have a thing for kitchens. Pretty intimidating gate.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
The developer, Frank Buckley, said that no expense would be spared when it came to security. The gates were hand-forged in England. 12 feet tall, 11 tons of steel. They'd never been breached.
What about the people trying to get out?
Welcome to the gates.
Howdy.
Name, please?
Nick Monahan.
Oh, Chief. We've been expecting you. Here is your welcome packet. Directions to the house, keys, everything you need. I'm Eddie Barnes, security, main gate.
Eddie,
Yes, sir.
here's my idea, Eddie. Future reference, you might want to see that before handing over the keys to a house.
Of course, my mistake.
Hi, I'm Sarah. What my husband means to say is thank you.
Yeah.
It's okay for the chief of police to be liked.
Oh, I
know they had all these little shops.
It's more than just a place to live, Mom. That's their slogan.
I got it. It's like a nice little town. Wow. Is this the right address?
It's huge. Oh, honey.
Look at this
Wow.
place.
Are you sure this was ours? Look at this kitchen.
There's a pool!
And a jacuzzi.
Charlie!
Come here. Things are gonna be better here. I promise you.
Oh, it's incredible.
Before school? Come on, Dad.
How bad could this be? No graffiti, no metal detector? Huh? That everything?
Sends more kids to the Ivy League than any school in the state. See you, Dad.
Love you. Keep an open mind?
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Have fun. I'll see you later.
Forget everything but OJ. All part of the vast conspiracy to keep us healthy.
Black and blue. Wilson. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Chief, Marcus Jordan.
Marcus, yes.
I'm Lee.
Lee, hi. Where is everyone?
Old Chief liked to start just a few of us off in the mornings.
Huh. And the old chief is?
Retired. In Mexico.
Couldn't handle the fast pace. This is a hell of a setup you have here.
Yes, sir. We monitor the entire perimeter 24/7. Over 200 infrared sensitive motion detecting cameras, 15 kilometers of interlocking pressure triggered ground sensors, a 50 terabyte redundant striped RAID 5 array for data processing and storage, a couple of sweet patrol cars. Hybrids. Gotta stay green.
Wow. Crime must be non-existent here.
Almost. We lost picture on 3 cameras yesterday in Sector 4, but it's most probably vandalism, so maintenance is gonna look into it.
Well, before the camera went down, it did pick up something of interest, though.
It's not really that interesting. It's like...
Actually, just right here.
Driver okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He walked away.
Actually, we can't really say for sure. He walked in the Radcliffe house, but his camera went down before he ever came back out.
The vehicle is registered to a contractor, Mark Woodbury from Franklin, and it's gone.
But there's no record of it actually leaving the gates.
All right, call Franklin PD, see if they can track the guy down.
Sir?
Hi, I'm Claire Radcliffe. Please tell me you eat carbs.
Sorry about the mess. Coffee?
Tea. would be fine. Or whatever you've got.
No, I think I have some in here.
Don't worry about it.
No, it's in one of these. I think. Sorry. Things are just a bit,
Overwhelming. A big change can be hard sometimes. But you know what? You should go and see Peg. She's a doctor on Main Street. She's a little holistic, but she has herbs for everything. Even stress.
Yeah.
So, is your husband in one of these boxes?
Actually, he left for work early this morning, first day and all.
I do hope there's enough to keep him busy. Didn't I read that he was a detective in Chicago?
Yeah, actually, homicide.
Homicide? Really?
Yeah, I know this is going to be kind of an adjustment for him, but I'm really hoping this place will slow him down a bit. He tends to get caught up in it.
Well, I imagine that all good detectives have at least some of that.
Yeah, just, unfortunately, he's got a lot of it.
Did anyone notice a unifying theme to Flannery O'Connor's stories? Brett, let's kick things off with you.
Well, for one thing, the hero character is usually disabled or disfigured in some way.
Right. I mean, I think what O'Connor is saying is that what we see on the surface is not who we are.
Exactly. It's what's beneath the deformity. The rest, it doesn't matter.
I think there might be more to it.
Excuse me?
Well, you guys had talked about how O'Connor had lupus, right?
Well, I don't know if I'd call lupus a deformity.
Maybe not. But it is Latin for wolf. Because as it attacked healthy cells, skin and muscles in the face would thin, making its victims look more like an animal. So while some readers might think she was saying appearance doesn't matter, the fact that's consistent throughout her work might indicate that, at least to her, it mattered very much.
So, you're a pretty smart guy.
Sorry, I was just trying to make my point.
It's okay. Is that something you enjoy?
Enjoy?
And take pleasure or delight in?
I know enjoyment.
You evade well. You'd be good on God's exam.
Am I on trial?
You could be. Mock trial. I think you should join.
Why?
Because you're new and you don't know anyone. And, I'd really help us get to state.
Do you even know my
Charlie,
name?
from Chicago. I'm Andy, from Seattle. Exiled to the Gates 3 years ago.
Exiled?
Yeah, after my mom died, my dad somehow thought it would be best if I were raised in captivity, so... Anyway, one last thing. All members need to help with the booth, for the fair. We'll be by the football field after school. See ya.
So, what was that about?
Mock trial. I want him to join.
You know he likes you, right?
What? Shut up.
No, I know the look. I had 4 months ago.
And guess what? You still do.
Okay, thank you. Chief! Just got off of Franklin PD. Missing persons report just got filed for the owner of that pickup, Mark Woodbury.
Oh, no. Son of a gun. All right, let's go see the Radcliffes.
Why are you back so early?
Well, because one part of being a CEO that I have not mastered is golf. And I missed you way too much.
I missed you too. hate it when you're out of town.
Oh, I'm here. I'm home. Hey, did something happen to the garage door? It won't open.
It won't?
No. Oh, I miss my remote. Thank you.
What's wrong? It tasted fine. I'll get another bottle.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in the wine room. Even though I didn't think it required stitches, I said he should definitely stop by the hospital.
What hospital was that?
County General. But he said he had another meeting to get to.
Did you happen to mention who he was meeting? What it was about?
Well, he was a contractor, so I'm guessing maybe another client.
No. As far as we knew, he had no other clients in the area.
You know, I hate to even suggest the possibility, but if the guy had concussion, he could have passed out or something.
Yeah, that's possible. You a doctor, Mr. Reckless?
No. No, I've got plenty working for me. I run a biotech company.
Huh. Well, 99 times out of 100, these missing person things, they turn out okay.
We had an agreement.
I know.
Well, then you would know what could happen to Emily if we are forced to leave the gates. Adopted little girls, they do not survive out there, not with our crowd.
I'm sorry.
Wolfsbane. Highly toxic to some, harmless to others. But I usually get it right. Were you looking for anything in particular?
Actually, I was on my way to see Peg for some herbs.
Peg's fantastic. But I've got teas here that do the same thing for half the price. I'm Devin.
I'm Sarah.
Now, why don't we have a seat and figure out exactly what you need?
I'm talking about Gretzky.
You know, this move would be a lot easier on the both of us if you were a football star.
Didn't seem so hard on you.
Are you really that slow? I'm asking my true feelings with enthusiasm, so Dad doesn't feel so bad. You should try.
You're late.
How can I be late when I haven't even joined?
Answering a question with a question. You're natural.
I don't mean to rain on your parade or anything, but it kind of looks like an interrogation room.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
You have an actual lie detector?
Not yet, but Mia's making one.
So people are gonna pay money to be caught in a lie.
No, people are gonna pay money to catch someone else in a lie.
And if that someone doesn't want to be caught?
Well, then, we won't have any customers. Oh my God, please, do me a favor. Don't say anything. It was Mia's idea, and everyone's really excited about it.
All right, let's line them up. Come on, get out here. Conviction, 50 kilo.
Yo, Brett, your girl hooking up with the new guy?
5, I'm making it faster.
Well, she wants it for mock trial. Yeah, she wants it for something. That's it.
Kresge!
Sorry, Coach. I just... in my office. Now.
Medics, get over here.
Hey, I heard about what happened to practice. It's not like you, Kretzky, to violate the code.
Yeah, you're one to talk.
So I may not be a model citizen, but I've never revealed what I am inside the gates. There's too many around that would kill for privacy.
I know how it works.
Yeah, but you don't know how the pack works. Otherwise, you wouldn't be with Andy.
Look, you want to go? We'll go.
Easy. Just trying to help.
Tell him, Lucas.
If anyone other than Coach turned you around today, you wouldn't be standing here right now. I think you should come run with us sometime.
Oh, and last time I checked, running was a violation of the code.
Yeah, inside the gates it is. But on the outside, all bets are off, bro.
You really want to do this?
We gotta find the car.
Yeah, but we're not going to find the car. You know why? Because the car's not here.
Chief thinks the Radcliffes are hiding something, and I trust his instincts over yours.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What if the chief killed an unarmed guy?
A guy about to go down for rape and for murder. Either way, we don't know the circumstances.
My friend in the Cook County DA's office does. Chief goes to bring in the guy for questioning, claims he sees him reach for a gun, and shoots. Department rules are justified, but the chief still retires. It's kind of suspicious.
I think we don't know the whole story.
Kids were so cool about it. I mean, like, 3 different groups invited me to sit at their table. Huh. Seriously. Weren't they like that with you too, Charlie?
Yeah. They weren't so bad.
Well, that's good to hear, guys.
Yeah, and I got this welcoming gift from this woman, Devin, who has this amazing spa on Main Street.
That's great, sweetie. I don't know if the wife of the police chief should be accepting gifts.
Well, Nick, sometimes people just give gifts and they don't expect anything in return. Like this lasagna that I don't hear you complaining about was a gift from our neighbor, Claire.
Claire Radcliffe?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Well, I interviewed her today for a case I'm working on.
Well, I think she's great. She couldn't have been more pleasant.
I thought the same until her husband started answering questions for her.
And that makes them suspects?
No. Does make me suspicious.
Good evening.
A little treat for my favorite officer.
Thank you, Mrs. Radcliffe. What's the occasion?
Been trying a new SB.
Thanks. You drive safe now.
What happened?
It has to look like wolves.
I hope it was worth it. Missing man just drove out of the gates.
I don't know how this happens, sir. I never fall asleep. Maybe I ate too much.
You ate too much. Police fell over stairs looking for this guy, and that's your answer? You ate too much.
In my defense, sir, I don't think anyone could eat one of Mrs. Radcliffe's cookies and not have 10.
Claire Radcliffe gave you cookies?
Got it right here.
Yeah, she did that every now and then, you know, holidays and stuff. Last Christmas, she made these incredible snickerdoodles.
Wait. Rewind it to before she comes into frame. Slow, slow, slow. Stop. Right there. You see that? She's looking for the camera. Let's get a search warrant on the Radcliffes, okay? Who's the covering DA?
I will check on that.
Don't tell me you never drew up a warrant before.
Well, old chief was very respectful of the residents' privacy.
That's the old chief who's retired in Mexico, right? Get me the warrant.
So you're really going through with this?
He is committed, and in the event that we do get a customer, we need to know the lie detector works.
Couldn't you just get one of your mock trial buddies?
Well, you know, it works best if the operator and subject are unfamiliar with each other.
And why's that?
Well, because the effect that lying has on the body is similar to other types of emotional response. So, here we go. Is your name Charlie Monahan?
Yes.
Okay, Charlie, do you like prunes?
Yes.
You were supposed to answer no. Well, I mean, so I could see a difference between a yes and a no.
Oh, okay. I hate prunes.
It really works.
Great, so we're done.
No, we're not done. And why are you so nervous?
I'm not nervous.
The machine disagrees and your heart rate's up.
Yeah, because I'm late for class, man. I gotta go. This is ridiculous. I mean, like you said before, it picks up on all sorts of other stuff.
Oh, other emotions. Am I making you nervous?
No.
If everyone was around, they would tell her that she should know better.
You know what? You're right. This machine is all over the place, and no one's gonna come to the booth anyway, so, please.
Did something happen with the new guy?
What? No. We were just testing the lie detector.
Oh, you seemed upset. Did he say something to you?
No. Brett? Brett,
You lied to me.
Are you okay in there? What's up? I thought I heard something break, so...
Yeah, it was like this when I came in. So, how do you like this place?
I'm figuring it out.
Good. So I guess you figured out that Andy and I are together.
How we doing on those warrants?
DA's got it before Judge Hendricks.
Good, stay on that. Oh, Mr. Buckley.
I meant to be here yesterday to meet your family, but I got stuck on our expansion out in Seattle.
No problem.
So how's the house? They finished landscaping out by the pool?
Just about.
Good, good. So I understand the missing person just drove out here last night.
Well, possibly. We haven't been able to identify who's actually driving the car.
Well, it looks like we need more cameras at the gate. I mean, we can't go searching people's homes every time we screw up.
No, I'd say it's the DA who decides if we can search a house or not.
Look, Nick, when I built the gates, I attracted all sorts of people, and the one thing that they all had in common is that for one reason or another, they just didn't feel safe. Now, they're willing to pay a premium, to have a place that they come home to at night and feel protected from the dangers of the outside world.
Well, I understand that. I do. What if the problem's on the inside?
We both know you don't answer to me. You answer the town council. And I explained to them that after what happened in Chicago, that your approach here was going to be more cautious. Now, that's the police chief they're expecting. I didn't misrepresent you, did I?
Not at all.
Good. I'll have those landscapers out to your house this afternoon.
Appreciate it.
You alone? I was.
You know why I'm here.
A facial, perhaps?
She's the police chief's wife.
And in one simple twist of fate, she walked through my door instead of yours.
You lured her in, just like all your other clients. Devin, we are supposed to help people with their problems, not exploit them.
Peg, I owe you the world. When Frank and I divorced, you were the only one who saw me as more than Buckley's wife. You saved me. You taught me to empower myself through the craft, and I will never forget that. But I'm not your pupil anymore. And unlike you, my clients aren't complaining about anything I do.
Because they have no idea what your tea is doing to them.
Oh, Peg, I do think you worry too much. May I suggest a little lotus root?
I get it. This Nick?
Hey, we just got the facts. Search warrant's been denied. Insufficient evidence. Sorry, Chief.
Okay, Lee. Thanks.
What was that about?
Just nothing. Let's set the table. Good way to get shot.
Well, I believe you're the one trespassing.
I got reports of a prowler.
A prowler? In the gates?
Probably some kid, but we gotta check it out.
Please. This way. The side gate's locked. So you would have killed him, the chief of police. We can't do this anymore. I'm going to pack you a bag. You're leaving.
Oh, stop.
Oh, really? What, like last time and the time before last?
You don't know how hard this is for me.
How is this hard? I get us all the blood we need from the lab.
It's not about the blood. It's about the carpools, and the school committees, and the dinner parties, and the book clubs. No matter how hard I try, I'm never going to assimilate like you want me to. Not with these people.
I know you're struggling, okay, but we have to try. Because there is a little girl upstairs who is counting on you and me to be here when she wakes up, to love her and to protect her and to be her family. Now, if you can't do that for her, then I will.
You always blame me. You never take responsibility. Never. You did this to me. You made me who I am. Where were you?
It's on patrol.
At 3 in the morning? Please tell me this has nothing to do with Radcliffe's.
My instincts tell me that there's something going on with those people.
Your instincts nearly cost us everything.
That's not fair.
I'm sorry, but you weren't the only one who suffered through the past year.
I know.
Yeah? Every time that case was in the paper, your kids had to go to school.
I know.
Then act like you know it. Act like you know what we went through. Our fear. The worry. Not knowing if you and I were even gonna make it. Like you promised. You said this was our second chance. Now we've got a beautiful home and kids who actually seem to like it so far, but it's not gonna work until you understand that you are not just a cop. You're a husband and you are a father too.
The Bianchis called again about book club. It's every Thursday night, once a month. They're starting with Middlesex. I think it would be a good way for me to keep busy.
Well, I think that's a great idea.
Lie detector here. Is she really satisfied? Does he honestly like that outfit? Find out the truth. $5. Come on. What do you think? We're not gonna make a dime.
Hey, can we talk for a second? Look, I didn't mean to freak you out yesterday. It's just I didn't want to leave Chicago, and I really didn't want to come here. And the one thing that's been cool about all this is you. Now I know where you are, and Brett made it clear how he feels about you, and the last thing I want to do is get in the middle of anything. So.
Kind of already have.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is that I don't want whatever that lie detector may have picked up on to make you feel like you have to keep avoiding me, so just...
Charlie, listen. Look, I didn't freak out because of how you feel about me. I freaked out because of how I might feel about you.
Hey, Money.
Hey, I didn't think you could make it.
Wouldn't miss it.
Everything okay?
They closed the Radcliffe case.
Really?
Really?
Hi, Peg.
Claire, is everything all right?
I'll stop by the office tomorrow. Is there anything you could suggest in the meantime for cravings?
They can be a real bitch, huh? And so can you.
We can discuss this later.
I think it's a little more urgent. Jessica Cooper saw you put that contractor's truck in your garage. Don't worry, I helped her forget, but who knows how long that'll last.
I could end you. And you would never see it coming.
Claire. But that wouldn't really solve your problem. Now, would it?
Let's go, Claire.
Enjoy the fair.
Charlie! So,
I really am not very good at this.
I'm not good at it either.
I wasn't sure where you wanted to meet.
It's just easier. Someplace more private.
Let's just talk, okay?
What was that?
No idea. We should get out of here.
Yeah.
Not now. Not like this. Monahan.
He said there's a vehicle right up here.
You got an ID?
John Doe for now, but maybe he's your guy.
Nope. Not our guy. Oh, my God. What?
That's Phelps. It's our old chief.